This one.
Gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. My name is Striker.
My name is Luba, and our channel is about truth and taking practical approach on dating in Ukraine. We know all the secrets we want to share with you. I work with this industry within 10 years already, and we have something to tell you.
So we put out like 2, sometimes 3 videos per week. So if you're interested in learning more, learning the truth, definitely subscribe to the channel. But now, I want to talk about the cardinal sin that many guys fall into, or that break, I suppose, this cardinal sin. And we even had, it's in the comment section, we get messages. We even had someone place a review on TripAdvisor about our videos, about
How big we are.
Yeah, about our services. And they're basically saying, the general sort of consensus is date one woman and don't be an arsehole. Don't date many women. It's bad.
I agree.
It's bad, right?
But it depends what you mean by that.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Okay, you're not dating in the West, okay? And you have to approach dating in Ukraine completely different. You have time restraints, you have culture differences, language barriers, and you have to adapt to those. If you don't adapt to them, then you will fail, right? You know, I've been through this in the past, right, where my mentality was, I can't, even though on the second trip, I think it was, I knew I needed to date many women. But inside me, I just couldn't do it. Like, I just felt like that wasn't something that was how I was made up. And it was the bad decision to make. And I knew it was going to be, and it was. So when we talk to guys about, like, you know, when should you stop dating women and how many should you date? If you go over on your first trip, you should not come back with one lady that you think you're going to marry. You've only been there for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay? And the problem is that sometimes with these agencies, you know, they give this special ring at the end of the ceremony and they say, that's it, she's the one. But how are you going to know after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? And I made a video a while ago about why these relationships end after 2 or 3 months, and it's because of the extreme pressure to get together and you just don't know each other yet. That's it. It's very simple, and it's nothing, no one's done anything wrong, just the way that it is, right? And so if you come back home with just one contact and it doesn't work, it's pretty disheartening, you know. You wasted your trip.
I want to give an example about that because, like every time, like this is like, don't think that I think that the guy should date a lot of ladies. Definitely, I don't. Like, I want men to love only one woman, but like it happened all the time when I do my wing woman mission. And recently, I know this guy is following our channel. He'll understand that I talk about him. But we went to a couple of cities with him, and he met several ladies that he really liked. And every time he was like, Luba, should I stop? Like she's a nice lady, and I know that, like, it's not, she was nice and it's good. Of course, if you are with us, you're not gonna get scammed. Like, you're not gonna, if you know the rules, like I repeated 100 times, if you know the rules of the game, you will not get scammed. And of course you will meet nice ladies, but there is now a choice for you to meet the lady that will fit you, that will match you, that will make you happy, that will be just your really life partner. So we met these ladies and I said, listen, like, you have to have several options. And of course, if he would love somebody really much, like really excited about, of course he would stay, and you have to understand that. But every lady he met, she was all right. She was, yes, she's a nice person. So I didn't hear from him like, yeah, you know, Luba, she's the one, I'm telling you. So he ended up with 2 ladies in different cities, and he felt really bad. And I know that it was not pleasant, not comfortable to like communicate with these 2 ladies. But I said, listen, like, it is just your first trip. You didn't commit to anybody. You didn't like have an intimacy with anybody. You have to understand that you have to go home and see who will communicate with you, because we never know. Maybe both of them will just stop because they have no interest. They don't go to these restaurants or whatever. Like, just an example. And you know, he listened to me when he went home. Exactly, that happened, but it was a little bit in a different approach, because one lady just was not curious about his daily life. She was not like wondering about his like family. She was very pushy. She was like capricious. She wanted attention. And another one just extremely positive, and she was sharing, with him his life. And of course, if he would choose one, we never know how it will end up. And now, like, everything is very good with that another lady, and he just stopped communication with the first one.
Yeah, like our approach is to helping you guys is a practical approach that's in your best interests, okay? It's not about wishy-washy, lovey-dovey, find destiny and anything like that. It's about, you're the one that's paying for this. You're the one that's emotionally invested into it.
Have power, have leadership.
Have leadership, yeah. So you are the one that's going to make the decisions that is right for you. So, I mean, maybe you have some religious beliefs or something like that. And if that's right for you, then yeah, date one woman at a time. If it doesn't work, come back, do it again, come back and do it again. But on the first trip is always going to be about kind of figuring it out, okay? Please don't believe that you can come over on the first trip, spend 2 weeks here, and the woman that you meet, you are going to marry. That could happen, but it's not very likely. And that is why most of these relationships end in like 2 or 3 months, is because it doesn't necessarily mean it's anybody's fault. Nobody did anything wrong. It's just that when you meet for those 1 or 2, it's this whirlwind romance, you know, everything is great. Maybe you went away for a few days, but when you go away, you realize that, hang on, this person doesn't have the same goals as me, the same values as me. It was just a little bit of a summer fling, you know, that you had, and then you have to start again. But if you have other options, you're not fixated on this one woman, because what happens is that
you try to push hard with your
you try to make it work.
You try to make it work, but like somewhere inside you already know that, you know, she's not quite what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you know, I like some guys who call me and do the calls. They say, Luba, you may think that I'm very like selective, or I'm very like picky, and I don't think so, because I just understand that you've probably been in a relationship and that you know for sure what you don't want. You know for sure what you don't want, and this is the case. And you know, some guys they come to Ukraine and they meet lady like at the first trip, and they start communication and everything works fine. But some guys, they come and they meet 10 ladies and they don't have this warmth, they don't have this feeling. And you know, I think it's all right. Well, just one thing that is bad about that is that you spend so much like money and your time. So you want, like, big message that I want to give you now is that you have to realize that coming to Ukraine and date, like, it costs money, it takes time, but also take it as adventure, take it as a travel, take it as a trip. And I always say that, you know, it's my thing that to say not come just for dating, come to explore as well, and take it as a good vacation for yourself.
Yeah, like you shouldn't settle, like you shouldn't just go, okay, that's all there is, I'm just going to settle, because I mean, this, if it's potentially like a potential life partner, it's going to last for a long time. There's a difference between settling and being unrealistic. We're not going to go into that into this video, but it's about having options, because the worst thing you can do is go back home, realize this person is not the one, try and work through your differences over many months until it ends anyway, and then you've got to start again. At least if you've got other options, you can say to yourself, well, this woman all of a sudden is like, you know, and let's face it, like there are so many problems when it can come to two people together. I mean, even something like you may find out that she's suffering from some sort of psychotic mental illness.
And he's turning off the air conditioner.
Talk to me about the air conditioner. Everybody talks about the air conditioner. The air conditioner. But whatever it is, you don't want to have this one-itis where you're just fixated on one woman because you feel as though you should have been successful on the first trip. It's just a bad space to be in, and it's always going to end in a disaster. Go over there, date multiple women. Try and find this woman who's going to match who you are, have the same goals and values.
Without trying to fix you or making you like, you know, because I really like the video that you did the other day. It's about rejection. So guys, if you haven't seen this video, please watch it. It's really like, it's exactly the point. You have to understand that if you not match with somebody, it's actually great.
That's
because
good.
With your person, you will match 100%. Like you will just feel it. It will be like really like two puzzles. It will like just click. Because if it is not, and there is like inconvenience, it's like not convenient chair. Like if you come to the shop, will you buy it? No, you will actually try it and get another one. I'm sorry for making this example of like comparing ladies and the chair, but it is true. You have to feel comfortable. You know, you have to feel convenient, comfortable, cozy, pleasant, warmth. And a lot of guys, they think like, I see that Ukrainian ladies sometimes push, especially like the girls who are not serious. They try to be capricious. Like, you know, of course, we talk a lot about that. We talk about how these girls making them feel guilty, and like how they like try to make him be responsible for all your expenses.
Yeah.
But it's not what you're looking for. That is good.
Yeah, you're the one on this mission. You're the one that's doing this. You're the one that's invested in all different aspects of this. You need to make a decision that is right for you. Don't worry about dating multiple women. When it starts to get serious, when the relationship becomes intimate, then you can make a decision and say, okay, maybe now is the time to, you know, get rid of these other dates
Right,
or
it's
whatever.
about defining the
Defining it,
relationship,
yeah.
because if you, of course, like, you don't get us wrong, like if you're in an intimate relationship with a lady and you together, of course you shouldn't do
Yeah.
it like with a several. But if it is just first and second and third date, when you just talk and get to know each other, and you go to the park or you go to escape room and you're just learning about each other, then definitely you have to try have options.
Have options, yeah. So
Thank you for being with us. If you're till this moment with us, just subscribe to the channel, follow us, and soon we will see you next time.
see you next time.